responses to the potential Klingon threat, Beckman is also an extremely valuable intelligence asset in his own right, an asset that the Klingons now have in their power. Unfortunately, we cannot be sure of anything. LP-129's computer core was destroyed and all station data lost, leaving us no hard information about the raid or the missing people. It is possible that Beckman and the others were disintegrated in an exchange of fire, Klingon disruptors not being known for their non-lethal capabilities. Or one or more of the missing may have been aboard the bird of prey we destroyed, a possibility that haunts me. Admiral Bennett has denied my request that we be allowed to pursue the remaining raider into Klingon space in order to effect a rescue, and has ordered the Argo to resume patrol duties along the border. Nonetheless, I've ordered Commander von Wartburg, Lieutenant Rayburn, and Ensigns Haran and West to coordinate their efforts in contingency planning and to present me with some options should Starfleet change its mind and send us in after Beckman and the others. In other news, Dr. Brennan has informed me that our mysterious guest, Lieutenant Jensen, has regained consciousness. I think it's high time to find out just exactly where she came from and what brought her here. End log.
All right, we begin the adventure on the bridge. So there's some little free time, but this takes place just shortly after the events from the last session of Listening Post 129.
Haggard will be back here in the operations screen area with a tactical map of Klingon space and border area pulled up, looking at various routes from the Argo's position to Kronos, just kind of doing some contingency planning and plotting on the big board.
All right. What is Wolfgang and Rayburn up to?
Rayburn's just checking over his screens, making his own preparations and things of that nature for any possible tactical work. He's also trying to come up with some new potential battle strategies should we come up against any Klingon. Were they still called birds of prey at this time, or are they?
Yeah, they're still. Yep.
Trying to maybe exploit the fact that they tend to run all their power to forward shields with very little in the rear shields.
Wolfgang will walk over beside Haggard and Captain?
Yes, number one.
What is your intention with our guest in Medbay?
Well, as soon as the doctor tells us she's able to answer a few questions, I have a few questions I'd like to put to her.
Have we any plans about how we're going to treat her once we can verify her identity? As we currently stand, her presence here is not quite explained.
Agreed. Well, she's currently under guard. We'll see if we need to either up that security or loosen it, depending on what we're able to find out and what she can verify for us.
With your permission, Captain, I would like to have a running scan on her for the now to keep an eye on her biometrics and sensor data, since we can't really verify her bona fides, as it were.
Well, fair enough, number one, but isn't she currently in a biobed?
Yes, but past experience has taught me that not all things appear as they seem. She may have the appearance of humanity and the uniform of fleet, but without the verifications thereof, and that concerns me that she may be something other than she is. Which
Fair
may
enough,
be to our benefit or to our detriment, which we currently don't know.
Fair enough, number one. But until she's fully conscious and cognizant, there's not much else we can learn or do beyond keep her under guard. So,
hence why I wish to have the running scan. That way we can, if anything changes or there's any sort of shift or morph such as in a shapeshifter form or some sort of energy transference, we see it on screen. Well, on our sensors, I should say.
do as you think is necessary, number one, although I would think that in the course of his treatment, Dr. Brennan would have been able to detect any such physiological differences.
I'm more concerned about if she happened to vacate the bed and move very quickly away from it, at which point, unless we have a sitting scan on her, she stops being observed. And I ask this under regulation because normally one doesn't observe a Federation citizen aboard a ship unless they're deemed a security hazard, which currently I would hazard her to be a very low level one, but it's not something one assumes. It's unbecoming.
Well, permission granted, number one, although I will be curious to hear exactly what you plan to do if she, as we think, disappears back through time somewhere. You can figure out a way to keep an eye on her then. I would be terribly interested.
As will I, sir.
Fair enough.
I'll head over to my station and set up a protocol to have a running scan on her in the computer.
All right. But yeah, to create that advantage though, Rayburn, it's insight plus security, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's computers plus security.
Computers.
And would I get to use combat tactics focus?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Security. What would you say the first one was?
It's insight plus security, difficulty 2.
Insight. Yeah.
I'm technically classifying this as you're creating yourself an advantage for later on.
Yeah.
Essentially allows you to get a free.
Oh.
Oh well.
You have an idea, but there's some
An
problems with like the plan and the way Klingons typically use their battle tactics. You think there might be a shot here and there, like right before they decloak again, or cloak again. But it will be a tiring effort to continue to try to come up with a advantage for you.
Yeah. I continue to work on the problem.
Very well. I'm gonna jump down to sickbay real quick. Doctor, Lieutenant Jensen has been in and out of consciousness for the past hour or so. occasionally she might mutter something incoherently.
Okay.
For the most part, it sounds like it's gibberish. As you are,
I'm still keeping an audio record of what she says in case we can figure out a way to see if it means anything.
okay. For the most part, it's the only thing like it comes up like she might say like Kronos, like, or what she had, like you presume what she had for breakfast that morning.
Were we able to make any sense out of they've left for Kronos already?
Unless you told that to the captain.
Yeah, because we're starting on the heels of last session.
If there has been enough time to have said that, I did, but I don't. You said some time had gone by, but I don't know how much.
An hour at best. So
Well,
yeah,
if it's been an hour, I definitely made a report to the bridge with her saying that.
okay, that's fine.
I'm just running scans, watching her vitals, checking on the burns, keeping a very close eye on the two security officers who are much too close to my patient for my taste.
Bridge to sickbay.
Brennan here, Captain. Go ahead.
Can you give me an update on Lieutenant Jensen's condition?
Little has changed, Captain. After she very excitedly said it won't work, they've already left for Kronos. Nothing else intelligible has been said. It's been just random words and nothing that really means anything. She's slipping in and out of consciousness, but that is an improvement over being completely out cold as she was a little while ago.
Can you do anything to bring her back to full consciousness a little bit more rapidly? She may have information that we need.
Nothing safe, really, Captain. If the situation becomes emergent, I could probably give her a stimulant a bit of adrenaline to wake her up. But right now, I think that would probably do more harm than good.
Understood, Doctor. Haggard out.
As you're checking her vitals, you see her eyes kind of drift open like they normally do, and she notices you. She just grabs your arm.
Easy, easy, Lieutenant Jensen. You're safe here.
They have to save him.
Save who?
She tries to speak, she just fades it out. And then she just kind of relaxes her hand and it goes limp beside the bed. as the 2 security guards run up.
It's okay, folks. It's okay. She just grabbed my arm. She didn't try to hurt me. Everything's fine. She's asleep again. You can go back to the hallway.
Shishran will say, again, Doctor, I really wish you would use the medical restraints. We don't know anything about this woman.
We do know that she's a person and she's done nothing threatening, so I don't see a reason to do anything as barbaric as tie her down to the bed.
And Ansys will kind of pipe up. Besides, there's no medical reason to do so. Unless
Isn't
you want
that
us to
what I
waste
just
power.
said?
Yes, but sometimes you have to explain things to security.
Ooh. Just as sometimes one must explain things to non-security personnel, such as security threats that could threaten everyone on the ship, thereby making both of your jobs much harder.
Yes, but you're in medbay, not the armory.
As far as I'm aware, medbay is not phaser-proof.
Very observant.
Tezuva will snap his beak and return to his post.
Anasis, remind me again, when did we join the military?
For me, I think it was when I was about 15. Oh, that was you mean Starfleet? I don't think it's quite a military, really. I believe the charters point out that it is a peacekeeping and spacefaring organization. But unfortunately, the need of security does pacify the more paranoid races, so. Even diversity and all.
Paranoid. Interesting word choice. I approve.
Thank you, Doctor. I do as well.
Well, someone has to keep you pink skins out of trouble and in one piece.
Oh, and now casual racism on top of bloodlust. I'll make sure to make a note of that.
Doctor, give me a reason plus medicine difficulty 2. Assisted by the ship's actually sensors plus medicine, which will lower it down to difficulty of 1.
And I believe it goes down yet again because of our advanced sickbay.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Well, no, that's more of an advantage.
it is an
The
advantage.
doctor can choose to apply it that way.
Okay. I get confused when everybody chimes in like that. Reason and medicine, difficulty 2,
For the base.
and I'm being assisted by the ship, which makes it a difficulty 1.
Correct, because it has advanced sensors.
Okay.
And you do have
And then
advanced.
the advanced sick bay would then make it a difficulty 0.
If you choose to use the advantage for sickbay for that.
Is it a one-time thing?
No, it just depends on each individual task, really.
Well, I'll go ahead and use it here.
Okay, so difficulty 0.
Wolfgang quick with the ship. I see how it is.
3 momentum gained. Doctor, as you're kind of conducting some routine scans, you notice that there's parts of her brain seem to be in a temporal flux. Heightened levels of chronoton radiation still exist, strapped to essentially the nerve endings in a way.
Mm-hmm. Anasis, I'm seeing elevated chronoton and almost a temporal flux in parts of her brain, which I mean makes sense when you consider how she arrived on board. Is there something you can think of that we could use that would maybe dissipate the flux or maybe slow it down a little bit? Maybe that way she could regain consciousness?
Well, Doctor, I'm not entirely certain. When it comes to temporal mechanics, it sometimes frustrates our understanding of biology, although we could attempt to place some sort of device upon her forehead and help sync her or assist her mental processes. As long as she doesn't move from the biobed, that might help. I'd be loath to use anything pharmaceutical since we don't know how they'll interact temporally. Even the device might be somewhat of a risk, but it's possible, is the answer, sir. Well, at least I believe it could be. And
Yes, I was thinking kind of in the same direction.
is it possible either Nancis or the doctor could roll some sort of reason medicine to figure out some drug or some device that could help her be a little more here rather than in flux? Even experimental.
I don't think this would be a medicine check, but more of a science check. It may be reason plus science, difficulty 2 to kind of create that advantage.
Ansis has xenobiology. I don't know if the doctor has a better focus than that, or his science is like 3. So
I don't think any of you are gonna have like a focus for this because it's gonna deal more in temporal mechanics.
okay. In that event,
I have a science of 4.
You and a reason. I have a total reason science for this guy is 14.
I have 13, 9 and 4.
He has cautious medicine as a talent. Depends if you want to roll it or you want him to. Because one could assist the other, I would assume.
Yeah, if you're working together on it.
Yeah.
You roll and I'll assist because
Okay.
you've got the higher roll than I do.
Gonna grab one of those momentum for an extra die. Activating him, so that's one of our crew support.
All right.
Okay.
Two momentum gained. Make that 3. You believe you could bring her neural sorry, there's a device in the science book. I'll pull it up real quick.
Neural caliper?
Yeah.
I think the neural calipers are our best bet, Doctor.
It'll
Probably
have to
have
be
one.
tweaked to kind of help bring her consciousness in line.
Or maybe the
I
cortical
agree,
stimulator
Francis.
is what you're after.
Sorry, what was that, Doctor?
I said I would tend to agree. Either that or a cortical stimulator would seem to make sense.
I can go retrieve one, and we can see about programming it.
Yes, please, thank you.
One second.
tweaks there, a few tweaks here. Don't tweak that, that will fry her brain.
Sorry about that. I had a phone call.
We be
How
leaving.
rude.
Well, it was wrong number, so.
Man, they really need to get in touch with you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh, I know, right?
It was.
And the vacation that you would.
I feel sorry for her. It sounded like it was an elderly lady who probably was misdialing or misremembering a phone number. So.
Oh well, that's better than the other alternatives.
Yeah, I would usually just hang up right away on those, but it rang once and then I let it go to voicemail and then it rang again. It's like, well, I'll answer it now. That's usually what I do. So yes, you're gonna use the cortical stimulator. You're gonna have to tweak it. So let's be another advantage. Let's make this now a control or daring medicine, difficulty 2.
His best roll is maybe 14 on ANSYS with control medicine.
Control is 11, medicine is 5, so I've got a 16.
You have you have a better stat for sure.
What's the stated difficulty?
Difficulty 2.
Okay. Advanced sickbay.
The ship's not really assisting on this.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially
There we
the
go.
ship would need to assist on some form. But yeah, okay, you do it. You've tweaked the cortical stimulator and in hopes to bring her brain process more in line with each other.
Okay, so I place the device on her forehead with the new settings and slowly turn the power up until I notice the temporal flux starting to flatten out.
As you're doing that, she immediately suddenly sits upright, her eyes wide open, trying to reach something on her side that isn't there, and looks at everyone.
But Shishran and Tazuva have their phasers on her.
I place my hands on her shoulders and I'm like, Lieutenant, you're aboard the Argo. You're safe. Calm down. I'm Dr. Brennan. You're in sick bay. Can you explain to me what's got you so panicked?
Would love to. Can't do that. Classified. I need to see the captain.
Okay. Well, for your sake and mine, please stay very calm and stay seated on the medical bed. Behind me are 2 very jumpy, trigger-happy security guards who want nothing more than to find a reason to justify their being here. So if you would please remain calm, I'm going to go over here to the panel and ask the captain to come down here, okay?
Right. Where am I? Actually, no. Better yet, when am I? What's the start date?
I give her the current star date, and I tell her she's aboard the USS Argo.
Oh, there could be time.
Walks over to the panel on the wall, pushes the button. Sick bay to the captain.
Bridge, Haggard here.
Captain, I've got a very excited lieutenant down here who feels like she really needs to speak to you. If you could make your way down best possible speed, it would be appreciated.
Understood, Doctor. I'm on my way.
Captain,
XO,
request
you're with me.
to join.
I think the XO and I will be all right with the current security contingent. You stay here on the bridge and keep working on possibilities in case we have to cross the border.
Very well, sir. As
Mr.
I
Dutre, you have the bridge.
give a nod to Wolfgang.
Wolfgang will briefly kind of stop by you and and enter something in on your console, and he points out the running scan he has going on Jensen.
Very good, sir.
And he'll nod to him, not say anything aloud, just nod and follow after the captain.
And head on down to sickbay.
All right.
Officers, give the captain some room, please.
Ah, Lieutenant Jensen, is it? Awake at last.
Yes, we've met before. Wait, no, you wouldn't remember that. Can we talk in private?
Huh.
Doctor, security officers, Dr. Ansas, would you give us the room? Number 1, you stay.
Captain, I hate to point it out, but we're in the middle of the ward room. This is...
All right, there are other patients here. That's right, yeah. Sorry, I was blaming on this. Doctor, mind if we use your office?
That's fine.
I'll help Lieutenant Jensen off the bed and down to the office.
Okay. You kind of help her. Mostly it's you almost carrying her. She's having difficulty moving her legs.
Number 1, you want to get the other side here?
Wolf kind of raises his eyebrows and shrugs and, "Aye, sir," and helps carry her.
I'll stand over there. Oh no, do the whole sit on the corner of the desk thing. That's what you do. All right, Lieutenant. This is about as private as it's going to get. And actually, I do remember you briefly. I saw you across the hangar deck several months ago.
Oh, you saw that? Must not be doing a good job at hiding my presence. Anyway, have you left for Kronos yet?
We have not. Starfleet has ordered us to resume patrol and most definitely not to cross the border.
Oh.
And exactly what do you know about all of this?
Actually not. It's gonna be difficult to say. I can't give away too much. She just keeps trying to like stops for a moment, thinks for a second, and then
Lieutenant, take a deep breath. Keep in mind that I was there when you appeared through the wall with a burst of chronoton radiation. I get the feeling you're not from around here now. So take that as read.
you can't file this on any official reports, or there might be consequences. I'm from a point in time that marked on your calendars roughly around 700 years from now. But that's beside the point. There's someone is trying to change the timeline. And I teleport here through, well, let's just say unconventional means. And let's just say that the timeline is shifting really bad.
All right. So what does this have to do with us?
Well, you're not supposed to be
assuming-
here at all. Like, not in this location, this particular space. Like, you're not supposed to be like here, but like not here at this moment in time.
Lieutenant, you're not making a hell of a lot of sense here.
Where, pray tell, are we supposed to be?
What you usually do, explore, not border patrol.
Well, that would definitely be our preference, but apparently House Morvok has some other ideas about the state of
Right,
the
but
galaxy.
they're minor. You need to get to Kronos. I can't explain a whole lot because it could alter things even further.
Haggard gets up and kind of paces. You realize if we take the Argo, the most advanced starship in the fleet, to Kronos, that's an act of war. Not to mention that if they should capture the whole or part of the ship, if things go completely sideways, then we've handed in the latest generation of Federation technology. I need a little bit more than some young lady who walks out of walls to convince me to take those kind of risks.
Well, I didn't walk through a wall. It's more like I appeared through the wall.
Semantics aren't the most important item on the current list, Lieutenant. Why should we risk a galactic war on your word?
Right. I don't really have a good answer for you.
Haggard kind of looks at Wolfgang with one eyebrow slightly cocked. All right, so what happens if we don't go?
I don't
Why
know.
do we need to get to Kronos? What's at Kronos?
You have to save a Klingon.
A particular Klingon, or will any Klingon do?
A particular one. He doesn't know he's a danger yet. And I could help you get through, hide the ship. But
And
no
who
one can
is-
touch it. The device I had to make.
And who
Why am
is
I so
this Klingon?
hyper?
I'm not sure. I was just assuming that was part of your personality, but perhaps it's something that the doctor did. What is this Klingon's name who we have to save?
She just kind of like grinds her teeth, and she wants to tell you, but she's like holding back, like,
Jensen, the captain of the ship asked you a question. If you want him to help you, you best answer it.
you should seek out Gorkon. He's a-
Gorkon.
He's a member of the High Council. That's all I can say.
Does this Gorkon have a house? Or is that his house?
That's his house.
Of course it is.
All right. You know anything by any chance about a Federation commander named Beckman?
Beckman. He's here.
No, we fear that he's been captured and is currently in a bird of prey headed toward Kronos, which is why I asked Starfleet to allow us to go in there and was turned down. He and perhaps 4 other Starfleet personnel.
Right. That was supposed not to happen. This is bad. This is very bad. I must have sent the coordinates to the wrong time period.
Right. So what you're asking me to do is to allow you to install some piece of technology that no one else is going to be allowed to touch onto my ship, and then have me commit an act of war against the Klingon Empire.
Well, it doesn't hide your ship. It just makes you appear like something else. All I'm doing is just tweaking your shield frequencies and modulating way to kind of.
All right, Jensen, you're really not giving me much here.
Captain, this is the bridge. Lieutenant Mayor speaking.
Haggard here. Go ahead, Lieutenant.
I'm picking up a strange signal coming from within Klingon Space. I'm attempting to decode it now, but it appears to be Romulan.
What?
Makes sense. They trade technology sometimes. The strange relationship those two have.
Mira, can you tell if that transmission is coming from the bird of prey that that got across the border before we could catch up to it?
No, trying to triangulate and decode it now, so it'll take some time.
Well, keep me informed. Number one, step out in the hallway with me for a moment. Just excuse us for a second, Lieutenant Jensen.
Of course. And she's just like fidgeting,
Right.
like she's on something.
Well, number one.
Possible, but very fantastical, and she's asking us to move on very little intelligence.
However, I have to admit I'm tempted to go after that bird of prey and see if we can't rescue our people.
You do that, sir, and you're wrong, you're going to lose your command. You know that, right?
True, but you know as well as I do that if the Klingons break Beckman, and they will, that he's got more information about our dispositions along the border than almost any other officer right now. And it's going to take time for Starfleet to shift all that around and that information to get out of date. If the Klingons move before that's happened, we could be in for a world of hurt.
If you don't want some 11th hour heroics out of some of the officer corps, you'll want to have a briefing to see if they're okay with us violating admiral orders. I mean, people will go when you say, but when it comes to pitting an officer against their the captain and the admiralty, that's asking for troubles, and that's the sort of, we need unity if we're going to do something like that.
Understood, number one, but right now I'm asking for your opinion.
I'd need more intelligence. I need to check what she's doing. I'd want to check her medical condition, make sure she's not just delirious or who she says she is. Right now, we don't have enough information. I wouldn't act on this sort of speculative alarmism on her part.
Fair enough. See if you can find out who this Gorkon is.
Aye, sir.
And let's keep preparations just in case we do need to cross the border. Let's help Lieutenant Jensen back to her bed. Lieutenant, we're going to take your information under advisement. We have a little checking of our own to do, and in the meantime, I think maybe the doctor should give you a once-over. You're still a bit unsteady on your legs, and as
you see her like fidgeting as you're talking to her, and then she just kind of grabs the cortical stimulator and just rips it off.
No.
Ah! Oh, that's so much better.
Wolfgang's gonna grab a tricorder real quick and start scanning her to make sure she didn't just fry herself.
Are you all right, Lieutenant?
Oh, I feel much better. Right. I think I'm gonna lie down now.
Sure. Let's here, take my arm. We'll get you back to your bed. Oh, and I was going to ask her. And just for the sake of argument, how much time do we have?
That's time is relative. I can't really tell you that because I don't really know.
Of course not. Come with me, Lieutenant. Let's get you back to bed. By the way, have I ever told you how much I hate temporal mechanics? I'm sure if we've met before, as you claim, I have.
Oh, you've lectured me on it before.
Well, take that as read again. Doctor, I think Lieutenant here needs a little rest. Shashran, Dazuva, just keep an eye out, but I don't believe the Lieutenant poses any particular threat. But best to hang about just in case. Keep the doctor company. I'm sure he appreciates it. I clap the doctor's shoulder on the way out.
Oh, ever so much. Thank you, Captain.
Wolfgang's gonna hold out the cortical stimulator she yanked off and hold it out to the doctor. She pulled this off herself. Don't know how much damage that did, if anything.
We shall see. Thank you, Commander.
Seemed to calm her down some. Doctor, keep a close eye and let me know if anything changes in the Lieutenant's condition.
Will do, sir.
Doctor, if she's welcome to it, I would request that she have a psych evaluation to. She said gave some rather interesting intelligence to us, and I want to verify that she's in her right mind at the moment.
Interesting, like appearing out of a wall. Interesting?
I didn't peer out of a wall. I materialized near a wall. There's a difference. I swear. God, I have a headache.
That would be the cortical stimulator you snatched off, Lieutenant.
That's a very crude device. Why would you do that?
Lieutenant, please lay down and please be calm. As you can see, Doctor, she's not exactly the calmest person in the world.
I can give her a bit of leeway for feeling uncalm at the moment. Shishran, back away from the bed, please. You too, Deshuva. She's not a threat. The captain said that. You can wait in the hall, in fact, and I would be happy.
The captain actually said that he did not believe she was a threat, not that she was not a threat. And he did ask us to keep an eye out.
Excuse me, officers. Are you questioning the chief medical officer?
Just clarifying our orders, Commander. The captain
Your
did...
orders are to vacate my sick bay. I will call you if I need you.
You two can wait out in the hall. That will suffice as keeping the doctor company.
Aye, sir.
He nods at them and he looks between the two groups as he kind of sense the tension, like, uh-oh. Kind of takes a breath.
Between you, Rayburn, and those two, I'm waiting for the phasers to start flying any minute now.
Everyone's on edge, Doctor. We'll try to keep... That's something we'll have to look into. It's one thing to be cautious. I think we're a little on edge at the moment. Being
There's
near
a
a war.
fine line between cautious and paranoid, Commander. I would recommend you study the line.
Should
Your
totally
patient,
tell
Doctor?
security to go back in.
Is there something you needed, Commander?
Well, she'll be all right. I am genuinely worried about pulling the cortical stimulators off. That's not something they say is advisable in emergency care.
I understand, and if something changes, I'll let you know.
All right, just want to make sure she's all right. Wolfgang kind of lingers a bit and looks over the people still there.
They're resting.
Well, now that that's over with, Lieutenant, I apologize for any discomfort the cortical stimulator may have caused. Antiquated or crude as it may seem to you, it is the best thing that we have available to us at the moment to try to deal with the temporal flux that was rampaging through your temporal lobe and keeping you drifting in and out of consciousness.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Runs a scan to get her current vitals and general biological information.
Not gonna make you roll for it, but I mean, for the most part, she'll be okay. There's some chronoton radiation still left in her frontal lobe, but it's dissipating. From the slight headache that she's now experienced because she ripped off the cortical stimulator, she should be okay.
All right, Lieutenant. Well, from what I can tell, being an old-fashioned doctor, according to you, you're gonna have a headache for a while, the way you pulled the stimulator off without turning it off first. But everything else seems to be the normal that I understand, with the exception of some minor chronoton radiation that's still lingering. Do you have any other discomfort or injuries that you feel like I need to know about?
No, but I mean, my feet are tingly, but they'll subside. Be fine. Yep.
Is that a common side effect of time travel?
Maybe? No? Yes? I can't answer that. Just kind of
Can't
lays
blame
down.
me for asking, though, right?
I mean, I guess.
All right. Well, you've given quite a scare to the more gung ho among the crew. Your arrival was, shall we say, unorthodox. Set off several intruder alarms, caused quite a stir. Apparently, something you said to the captain and the commander has them a bit kerfluffled. And, you're not answering my questions. So, really, what can I do to help you that's not going to be met with, I can't answer that, or I can't tell you that, or classified? I mean, doctor patient confidentiality is still a thing where you're from, right?
Yes, but I mean, shop talk, it can happen. I'm under strict guidelines, and I'm breaching a lot of protocols just even talking to you. So, can you get me some pain reliever, please? Pretty please?
Sure, I can do that. Gives her a mild pain reliever.
Thank you.
Analgesic, that's the word I was looking for.
I'm gonna sleep. You don't
That
mind?
should knock out the headache. Oh no, sure. I'll even turn the lights down a little bit for you.
Much appreciated, Doctor. She just instantly hits her head on the pillow and just she's out like a light.
And I go to check on my other 3 patients.
They're doing most part fine. They're resting. They should make a full recovery within a few days. Meanwhile, we're gonna cut back to the bridge.
Mr. Rayburn, anything interesting on the sensors?
Do I see anything interesting on the sensors?
Space dust, comet.
Well, sir, there's a very interesting concentration of space dust over there. Seems to be gathering.
Oh, as long as it doesn't coalesce into a D7, I'll be happy. And our guest, her readings seem normal?
Do they?
For the most part.
For the most part?
All right. Well, we've just been informed that there may be a person of interest among the Klingons, a Gorkon. We're going to need to look into him and see who he is and why he matters. And also, I'll need you to look over, put a bit more focus on the possible strategies we need to implement if we were to cross the neutral zone at speed. We're looking into the possibility of going across if we can get approval for it, or if the captain feels it's absolutely necessary. That may be our main focus for now, rather than our current priority list.
Sir, where's all this coming from?
Well, our guest has some interesting intelligence. I'm not sure how verified it is, hence why we have to check her data and see what it is she's talking about.
And on her word alone, we're possibly considering taking the most advanced ship in the Federation into Klingon territory alone with no backup?
Service doesn't always ask what we expect, but that doesn't mean we go in blind either. That's why I don't want to. I have the doctor checking her over, make sure she's not just out of her mind. And I'm checking her intelligence to see if she's even talking about someone who actually exists and actually matters to us. Besides what the captain orders and what the command will allow. Well, that's for later. For now, we just need to check our intelligence.
Very good, sir.
Also, we're going to need to talk about some morale checks with the security staff. They seem a bit jumpy. I mean, I know we're near the border, but they're getting a little more antsy around our guests than I think was that I'm used to. But that's not high priority. That's just something we'll have to work on later.
You don't want them to be quick to respond to any possible threats?
I want them to be vigilant. I don't want them to be twitchy. I want my officers to act with clear minds rather than their fears.
Yeah. Kind of frowns at you a little bit. Yes, sir.
All right. I'll see what I can find out about this Gorkon as well. I'll just be over there.
Haggard will be over to Ensign West. Ensign West, I want you to plot me 2 courses. One straight line fastest distance between our position and the Klingon homeworld, Kronos, and the other a more stealthy approach to the same destination, avoiding known border stations and Klingon patrol routes. Game it out, run some simulations. I just want to have some options ready if and when Starfleet gives us permission or circumstances dictate we have to cross the border. And hopefully we will get a chance to go after that bird of prey.
Meanwhile, Rayburn is working now on tactics of trying to defeat ships at warp, possibly using photon torpedoes as basically like mines, just basically dropping them out that they might run into them in pursuit of us.
Okay. Meanwhile, forgot to upload it, so give me a second here. So if you're looking up for Orchon, I need a reason plus security assisted by these ship's computers plus security difficulty 2.
Who's rolling for that?
Either me or you, I think. My reason security is 13.
Mine is 12.
Any focuses on Klingon heads of state? No.
I just happen to have.
Cultural studies as a focus?
I would take cultural studies.
Would Rayburn be able to assist me with this?
Yeah.
Yay. What's the difficulty again?
Difficulty is 2.
2. I'll throw momentum at it. I might get lucky. Hey.
Oh.
2 momentum gained. Find my notes real quick. I'll post in chat. forgot you can't post. Looking like a PNG file from OneNote to Discord.
Isn't that the plot of The Undiscovered Country?
This is in its infancy, but yes.
Yeah, less than 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Is he? Is his house opposed with the hawkish house there? Morvac?
Morvok, yeah.
I'm not finding anything, Rayburn. You?
No, sir.
It's always great having complete intelligence.
It is something that is rare, to be sure.
Well, Captain, it does seem that this Gorkon is someone of importance. One of the few who are trying to push for the end to our current conflict. But there's not a whole lot of data on him beyond his membership in the council.
How's that decoding coming, Mira?
Slow, sir. Then Ensign West kind of turns. Captain, I have estimates. A direct path towards Kronos. We would arrive there in 9 days. Avoiding the listening post, it would take us nearly 12 days to get there.
Good work, Ensign.
And with that, we're going to jump to the next scene. Go down one momentum. There's an extended task for you guys. This primarily is for decoding the transmission that Lieutenant Mira intercepted and recorded. This will be an extended task, reason plus engineering or security, difficulty 4, work 18, magnitude 4, resistance of 3.
Well, Captain's reason is not so hot.
So is everyone supposed to roll for this, or how does this work?
One of us will be the main role. Don't know how many of us can assist.
Andrews does not have a great reason either. What about your reason, security, Rayburn?
Sorry. Also assisted by the ship's
12.
computers plus security or engineering.
Computers engineering?
Yeah, or security.
Engineering's better. So what'd you say your reason security was, Rayburn?
12.
I'm sitting at 13. I don't really have a focus that would probably go into decoding or anything like that. At best, infiltration, but that isn't quite it, I don't think.
what's Mira looking like?
So Mira has a 14. I might allow the linguistic focus that she has.
So maybe Mira is the main and you assist, Wartburg?
She does have technical expertise. I will probably allow 2 people to assist on this. Because you're also getting the assist from the ship.
Yeah. I think me and Rayburn could take a swing at it
Well,
as assist, and then Mira leads.
and Trey is sitting on a 13 as well.
Does he have a better focus than I do? Because he might want to take it instead of me. Not really. His focus is just as good as mine.
He does have computer. I don't know that matters with a with computer expertise matters with an assist roll.
It won't. The talents usually don't count for assist.
Okay.
Unless it's like this helps specifically with assists.
Yeah.
The other talent. What do you do? I think it's an engineering talent. Come to think of it, I don't know if it helps.
Oh, and while we're talking about secondary characters, don't forget to give Ansas something since he got activated.
Yeah.
So someone can. You have all have access to the sheet, so you guys can roll for her if you want.
All right. So Mira's going to lead, though. We're saying, right?
Yeah, because she has the best. She has the best dice out of all of us.
Okay. So reason engineering. Said you'd allow her linguistics.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
The assist also is the ship is assisting with computers engineering, which I believe that will fire for her technical expertise talent.
Okay, let me look that up real quick.
And it gives her a free reroll.
Okay. So let's see. She. Difficulty 4, and we're having 2 assists plus the computers. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think she'll definitely spend a momentum to buy a 3rd die to set off cautious. Yeah, reroll 1. So that way she's got 2 she can reroll with technical expertise.
Chips. Here you got it.
So do you want me to roll for Mira? Or are you going to do it, Prax?
You can roll for Mira. That's fine.
Okay. So, okay, here goes the main. If I can extend the character sheet far enough, there it goes. Here goes the main roll. She'll re-roll the 0. Yeah. So there's 4. There's 5. Here's the ship. There's 6.
I believe Rayburn, you can roll.
Oh, I'm rolling in this as well?
Yep. Reason, engineering, or security.
Okay.
Oops.
3 momentum gained. 6 challenge dice from Mira.
Okay.
There's currently 1 float.
Let's use that 1 float to re-roll those 3. So what do we got? Resistance 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Let's spend 1 momentum for resistance. That should get us to 5 and a breakthrough.
Yep.
What are open and insightful and untapped potential do?
Open insightful gives you bonuses when you're inciting and helping understand somebody.
Okay.
And the other one, what was the other one again?
Untapped potential. I'm never clear on what that one does and when you roll it.
When you're successful at a task, you can roll
Yep. Challenge
a
dice.
challenge die. If you get a 1, you get a momentum. If you get an effect, he gets a threat, and we get a momentum.
Two
That too, so
momentum.
nothing happens.
No, you get 2 momentum.
Oh, okay.
It is a little overpowered in certain circumstances.
Well,
Okay. It's open and insightful. Ryzen.
it's a Ryzian thing.
I wonder if that might.
It won't apply here.
Okay, it's worth a shot.
So technically you still have 2 float. That's gonna go away.
What's our total work
Or the
track?
one.
18.
Yep.
Shall we just throw the 2 float into
Work?
work? Yeah, just boost that work up to 7.
Yeah.
All right.
So difficulties now
3.
4, 3,
Difficulty's 3.
3, 3, and 3.
Yep.
So let's do the same again. She'll spend a momentum for an extra die and for cautious. 1.
That was Trey, sorry.
4. Here goes the Argo. Okay, so
You can reroll the Argo with her technical expertise.
that's right. There we go.
2 momentum gains, so 1 float.
Float. 6 challenge dice. And spend that 1 float to reroll 3. She's bad for getting 3 zeros. Oof.
2 work being done so far.
Okay, so 1 for piercing and 1 for an extra work should get us to 5 and a breakthrough.
Yep. Difficulty goes down to 2.
All right. Same again, spending a determination for a 3rd die and cautious.
You mean a momentum?
Sorry, a momentum. I don't know why those 2 get confused in my brain, but they do all the time.
Ooh.
And the ship.
Just quash that.
Get to re-roll the ship. Okay. Looks like 3 momentum gained,
Yep.
2 spent for.
You have a total of 4 momentum.
Okay, and then we'll do
6 challenge dice, please.
Jeez. Okay, we'll spend a momentum for 5. Goodness gracious. Oof.
1 work being done.
Oh. Are we at magnitude 2 right now?
Yes, you're at magnitude 2.
See, resistance would bring that up to piercing would bring that up to 3, and then what? 2 momentum for another breakthrough for 5.
I'm actually thinking we make to trade the main roller because I just looked up in Nick of Time. It basically is vicious extended tasks. So if we get effects, that would be actually an extra work.
Okay, that'll work. So do you want to just let it stand at 1 work and let Chitray take over, or?
with 3 momentum, I don't know if we with between piercing and momentum, if we can get it to 5.
Fair point. I thought we had 4. Okay, yeah. So let's just let it stand and switch to Trey.
Piercing would bring it to 3.
3, 4, 5. So if we spent all momentum, we would have a breakthrough.
Yes, and you would actually finish the work track.
Hey, let's do it.
I will post this in Discord. Captain, I have those results for you.
Let's hear them.
The message was heavily encoded, and the translation's kind of spotty, Captain. It's using an unfamiliar dialect in Romulan. Outpost taken care of. Starfleet personnel secured. Transferring to Kronos for questioning and or interrogation. Proceeding to phase 4. And the message originated in the Orchon system.
Captain, I say we inform command, and that looks like clear evidence they have one of our people. That's kidnapping, nothing else.
Agreed. Lieutenant Mira, patch me through to Admiral Bennett. Priority 1. I'll take it in my ready room.
Of course, sir. A few months pass by. Admiral Bennett appears on screen or on your viewer. Captain?
Admiral, we've got some more information. My comm officer, Lieutenant Mira, intercepted a Romulan transmission from within Klingon Space. She decrypted it, and although the encryption level was high, I'm sending you what she was able to decrypt. Looks like this is clear indication that whoever these people are, they have our people. I'd like to request permission again to go in after them. I believe I've had my people running some simulations and gaming things out. I believe we can get in with a minimal chance of discovery.
And where do you precisely plan to head to, Captain?
It looks like our people are being shipped out to Kronos. But they're moving from the Orchon system. More than likely, there are only a few routes from one to the other, or a few practical routes. If they haven't begun serious interrogation yet, there's a high chance that Commander Beckman hasn't been forced to reveal anything yet, and our security has not been compromised. If we can get to him before the Klingons can break him, we have a chance of keeping that information from falling into the enemy's hands, and finding ourselves wrong-footed at the wrong time. Commander Wolfgang and I both have experience operating in Klingon space and dealing with Klingons themselves. And I don't know what the Romulans are doing in here, but that's never good.
Could also be a ruse or excuse to for you to head to Kronos and they just violate their plans and declare war on the Federation.
That is possible, sir, but unlikely. This transmission was so heavily encoded, I do not believe it was meant for to be picked up and even so, if it to be decoded. My entire bridge team was working on it and barely managed it at that.
And this message originated from a system within Klingon Space, close to your
Yes.
current location.
The Orchon system.
Captain, I will authorize you to head over to Kronos, but if you think you can get to the Orchon system undetected and investigate further, you have the go-ahead.
Thank you, Admiral. We won't let you down. Haggard out.
And the view screen goes blank. Viewer.
All right. We have permission to proceed to the Orchon system to further investigate and hopefully recover our people. Ensign West, I want the same kind of workups you just did for the Kronos run, only this time to the Orchon system. Number one, let's update ourselves with everything Starfleet intelligence currently has on Romulans and Klingons and any Romulan activity that we may know about, as well as the latest on Klingon activities.
Aye, sir. Given that we're going in, I would advise Mr. Rayburn would speak with our guests about her method of evading detection.
That was the next stop on my list. And Mr. Rayburn?
Yes, sir.
Break open the armories. I don't want anybody on this ship unarmed while we're within Klingon territory. If we have to repel borders or go into some kind of action, I don't want us to be caught with our pants down.
Yes, sir. They won't take us without a fight.
Hopefully there won't be a fight, but better to have a phaser and not need it than need it and not have it. Meanwhile, you're with me. We're headed to sickbay. Number one, you have the con.
I, sir, recommend y'all alert given our current preparation for what we're about to do.
Agreed.
All hands y'all alert.
Batten down all loose objects, number one, and clear the decks.
Aye, sir.
Captain, I have it will take us about a day and a half to reach the Orchon system.
Is that evading listening post or going straight through there, Ensign?
That's evading listening post.
What if we went straight line?
A day? They're fairly close, but I mean that's pushing the engines.
Hopefully she has a great idea.
I'll let you know.
Aye, sir.
Is there any information you wish to, before we go to sickbay, to gather or learn?
Mainly just an update on the current Romulan Klingon status, seeing how likely it is that we're going to run into both Klingons and Romulans if we jump in there beyond this one transmission.
For the past 20 years, they've had a kind of rocky relationship, but for the most part, they've been kind of trading technology.
Yeah, they're not in an alliance state, but they're in a trading relationship.
Yeah, they're in a fairly lucrative, I guess, trading partnership.
Mhm.
at the moment.
Oh, and get all the technical and tactical information on the Orchon system as possible.
Yeah, is it possible that we could have either West or Haran or both of them with my assistance maybe? Maybe create an advantage where we have as detailed a brief among ourselves to know if we have to maneuver around what the system is, what's there, what as far as we know.
So that would be a reason plus science. It's by the ship's computers plus science, difficulty 1, because there is probably some detailed information in your computer base.
Astronavigation as a focus?
I would actually take cultural studies because this is more secondhand
okay.
information from traders.
1, you say?
Yes, difficulty 1.
I'll take my chances because the ship's assisting too, yeah?
Yes.
That's supposed to be me, but... Ship's computers plus science?
Yes, computers plus science.
Oh, fudge.
If you could get the ship number 1, I'm away from the keyboard currently.
This is what happens when you're away from the keyboard. I blame you.
Yeah.
You succeeded.
Is there a complication?
Yeah. Could Trey have assisted me? Or can he assist me, I should say?
I will just take the complication as threat.
Okay.
Any information you would like to know?
How do we win? No.
Tread softly.
That's just good advice in general. The question I would have is, can I guess based on what our sensor data, on the data we have, at how much of a patrol we should expect in the area? Like how many ships one would, if I were to assign them, how many would I want to have there? Just 1, 2, given even the resources that are in that system. I would think no more than 1, but I just want to be sure that lines up. Okay. That's it for me though.
Okay.
For the time being.
Jump down to sickbay.
By the way, did I have any luck coming up with a tactic to elude pursuit at high speed warp?
I'll have you make a roll for that here in a bit once you're done with the
Okay.
scene. So yeah, you were in outside of sickbay.
Doctor,
Mr. Rayburn.
we're here to see your prisoner, I mean patient.
The captain is welcome to speak to her. You'll wait here.
I was specifically requested to join the captain, Doctor.
I don't believe I stuttered, Mr. Rayburn.
Are you countermanding the captain's orders?
For the safety of my patient against your bloodlust, yes, I am.
Rayburn kind of looks over to the captain.
Oh, sorry, I had my mic off. I didn't realize it. Doctor, I need Mr. Rayburn with me. This is an exigent circumstance that I need a security expert.
So do you need Lieutenant Rayburn or do you need a security expert?
Doctor, that'll be enough of that.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right, Lieutenant Jensen. We've got permission to cross the border to the Orchon system. It appears that that's where our people were taken, and they're going to be transferred to Kronos. I don't know if they're on their way yet or not. The transmission was heavily encrypted and Romulan in origin. So, you said something about having a way for us to move into Klingon space with a minimal chance of detection as a Federation starship?
Yeah, it's some simple tweaks to your shields systems. It's mostly on
Very
the,
good.
the,
Please
the
do
software end.
tell me.
Sorry, what was that?
It's just a few tweaks. I mean, it's just software end. It makes you look like something else. Be only temporary, mind you.
And would these tweaks in any way compromise the effectiveness of our shields as defensive systems?
Maybe. It depends if they see the fluctuation in the shield harmonics.
And as long as we're making tweaks, is there perhaps a tweak that would allow us to identify them while they're cloaked so that we would know if we're walking into an ambush?
I don't really have the proper skill set for that. So yeah, sorry, I can't help you with that.
All right. You feeling
Should be
any better,
fine.
any steadier on your feet?
Legs feel a little woozy and tingly still. Hope it's not permanent.
Well, if we're going to go, we need to go soon. Which means I need you making
Right.
your twigs.
Right. I could. Are all
Doctor,
the ship
perhaps
computers
some stimulants would help.
all the computers are all connected, right? Yes. Yeah. I can do it from here.
All right then, Mr. Rayburn, I want you to study everything she does. It sounds like you'll may be needing to make adjustments on the fly. Also, let's just make sure that Lieutenant Jensen's solution here is as advertised. No offense, Lieutenant.
Yes. And Lieutenant, should you wish to give any other useful tactical information, it would be most appreciated. You'll find that I'm a very friendly man.
You
How
look
long will these
familiar.
modifications take?
Not long. Minutes is just a simple algorithm I have to write.
And what are we going to appear to be?
A freighter?
You're turning my ship into a freighter.
Well, that is the easiest way to get across the Klingon border during this time frame.
And how long will this ruse hold up if they come to do an investigation of
Let's-
said freighter?
As long as they don't look through they come up close, as long as they don't look through a porthole, they'll just see a freighter on their scopes. Or sensors.
And
Right.
out of curiosity, could you potentially make us look on the view screen differently than we actually are?
As I said, as
Should
long
we
as they
have to
don't look,
answer a hail.
if they don't look through some sort of transparent material, you'll be fine.
All right. I want you to upload every bit of data about the freighter you're making us look like to the bridge. Class, registry, species, the works. I'll get Lieutenant Mira to work on some avatars if we have to communicate.
It's a good idea, sir.
All right. I'll leave you two to it then. I have a few other preparations to make. And Mr. Rayburn, Doctor, play nice.
The doctor and I think we'll do just fine, sir.
Right. Ansas, I could use that console if you don't mind. Please?
Very well. I'll just scan manually. Some 20th century.
Motions to get out of the bio bed and puts your feet on the ground, tries to stand, and then just flops down on the floor.
Rayburn will try to grab her as she starts to fall.
You manage to catch her.
It's a good thing I'm here. It's almost like I should have been a doctor.
No.
Poor doctor.
I can't hear anything. Are you guys still there?
Yes.
Oh, we're still
Yeah.
here. We can hear you.
Can you
Wow,
hear
that
us?
was. Yeah, I heard the word doctor, and then I was wondering why somebody said that, and I realized I wasn't hearing anything. What did I miss? I'm sorry.
Just an insult. No big.
Oh,
Just
okay.
Rayburn. Just Rayburn being Rayburn.
So yes, Jensen sits at the console, and she starts working on it. And Rayburn, give me a insight plus engineering to see what she's doing. Difficulty 5, because
Holy crap.
she's going through all the systems like lightning fast. You've never seen anyone operate a computer this fast. And she stops for a moment as the computer is trying to catch up to her.
Can I give you a threat for an extra die?
Yeah. Yeah, insight engineering.
Okay. Yeah. Oh well.
She quickly finishes the algorithm. Goes, all done.
That was very good. I really appreciate that last part there. Very almost artistic the way you made that modification.
Oh, thank you. I could go into great details with the. What was I doing again? All right. Yes.
What?
What?
I'm Rayburn.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
here to help you. Anything you need, I am the one you should talk to. And my assistant over there, as I point to the doctor, will be more than happy to get it for you.
Huh.
Wait. I thought you were the chief of security. Right, Rayburn.
Oh, yes, but you know,
Brennan's
legendary.
knuckles on both hands are absolutely white, and there's a small trail of blood running from his left hand.
Yes, but everyone will tell you I'm legendary for helping people with their morale and making sure that they're well taken care of on this ship.
Oh, that's nice. When you go up to your station, you hit this button here.
Uh-huh.
Press that. It changes the first shield frequency. Press it again. It undoes it, and you appear normal.
Oh, yes, yes, I see that. I see that.
What day is it? Right. It's only been an hour. It's really confusing right now.
And then River will be like, now, what if we modify this just a little? Do you think that might fool their sensors to a higher degree?
No. It's perfect. Don't touch that.
Oh, okay.
Because right now the sensors will only see you as a class 4 freighter. The Klingon Empire. I hope you have someone there who speaks Klingon, by the way. 'Cause the listening post might.
Yes, yes, I can see now if I would have pushed at it, would have been silly. We would have looked like just a big cube flying through space.
Cube. You have encountered the. Oh, right. Joke. Got it. Any other further questions?
Oh no, no, you've been extremely helpful. Now, can I be of assistance helping you back to your bed here?
Yeah. That'd be most
Here,
appreciated. Thank
let
you.
me help you.
And you help her limp back over to her bio bed.
There we go. Now, don't you worry. If you need anything or if your condition gets worse, you just let me know or let my assistant here know, and they'll let me know, okay?
Of course. And she kind of winks towards the doctor. Horribly.
And I just look to the doctor. Now, you take real good care of her. And then walk off.
Ansys, could you help me get this stylus out of my hand, please?
Of course, Doctor. I call that Securitas Maximum. Ooh, that's in there. On the plus side, Doctor, you have great grip strength. The downside, that is now in your hand, so that's a problem. All seems well, Doctor, with the other patients. If you're wondering, all the bio bed readings look nominal. Nothing great has changed.
Excellent.
All right, we're gonna cut to the bridge. Captain on deck.
Well, number one, looks like we're going to be masquerading as a Class 4 freighter.
Class 4 freighter.
Easiest way across the border. Supposedly, if they don't look too close, we'll be able to pull it off. Need to bring up schematics, figure out what the freighter Class 4 freighter's top speed is, and stick to that, unfortunately.
Ensigns West, Huron.
At least when we're in sensor range of any listening post or Klingon vessel.
So yeah, I start inputting the changes to the systems.
Number one, Ensign Mira. Let's get Mr. Ansas up here, and there's a card or two up my own sleeve I'd like to play.
Aye, sir. Mira, summon Dr. Ansis to the bridge.
Sorry, that was player mistake.
Oh.
Anders, the engineer.
Oh, okay.
Simon Anders, my fault.
Oh, okay. Mira, summon Anders to the bridge.
Yes, Captain.
Want to try that again, Lieutenant?
Sort of let that one pass.
Oops.
And walks in Anders.
Excellent. All right, you three. We're crossing the Klingon border, making ourselves look like a Class 4 freighter. Ensign West and Huron will keep our flight profile in line with that. What I want you three to do is to figure out a way to make our emissions profile. Let's back up our little shield tweaks with some signals int and fuel and power int to make our disguise a little bit more effective. If possible, I don't want to obviously decrease our effectiveness, our power output, our capabilities. I just want to add a little reinforcement to our subterfuge.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
And also get things set up to go to silent running if we have to. If all else fails, we might be able to lie doggo.
Run silencer?
As close to zero emissions or detectable radiations as possible. It's an old submariners term. Submariners? Old submariners term.
Oh.
Run silent.
Aye, sir. Vulcan kind of looks at Anders for a second like, how the heck are we going to do that? And just looks at the captain again.
I know you're not going to ever get anything down to zero emissions, but look up the old Enterprise logs. Their encounter with a Romulan bird of prey about 20-something years ago. The Enterprise did something similar. It's a last-ditch measure, but for the most part, I want you three to have us not only looking like, but smelling and sounding like a Class 4 freighter.
Smelling, sir? This kind of mirror looks to you.
Well, it's a metaphor. Work with it.
Understood, sir.
So that's the kind of advantage I would like them to create. This, any kind of emissions or fake a mistimed reactor or warp engine or something to reinforce the whole idea that we're a Class 4 freighter.
Basically trying to
Right.
modify our energy signature, our warp emissions, and so on. So we don't...
Our communications protocols, but not to actually degrade our capabilities.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it because you guys are gonna pretty much take your time doing this and kind of speed things along because not even halfway through yet.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna say you kind of do all of that as we go to the next scene.
Very good.
We'll just keep Anders nearby. We might need him.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
Antis in the same scenario. What the heck am I doing here, sir? No, I will not inject your veins with coffee. I refuse, sir. Stop asking.
So the Argo heads towards the Orchon system. Wrong button. About a day passes. You come out of warp at long range, just outside the system.
and wanted Mira to have a Klingon avatar talk to anybody, and hopefully somebody speaks Klingon. Maybe Mira.
Uto gross. Clean.
Reen, says Haggard. I got Klingon culture, but not the actual language.
Oh, one more day without hearing Klingon. Ow! Just hit my knee. Wolfgang's gonna do a sweep of the area, see if there's
I check your messages.
No, I don't wanna. Especially if I can't click on it. There we go. Captain, contact. Unusual high levels of EM radiation coming from the 4th planet. Details uncertain. We're just too far away to get an exact idea. Free question. Is it if we got near that, would the ship be affected? Like, would we have to worry about our systems being damaged or shorting out? That's the first thing I was worried about. I was like, wait a minute, EM radiation, that's not great for us. I mean, most systems are shielded, but only to a degree.
to phrase this.
Don't worry, I'll fix it if you screw it up.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm very helpful that way.
Did I hear you say we weren't even halfway done yet?
I'm trying to speed it along. So we were in
Could I
the scene
request
2.
maybe a 5-minute get up and stretch my legs break?
You can go ahead.
We'll try not to need sickbay for 5 minutes.
I shoot the
Okay.
captain.
I make no promises.
No.
Well, I mean, we know Wartburg's going to die because after that crack at the GM, it's inevitable. And that was when the GM killed Wartburg, Your Honor.
The GM had their chance. No. Captain, it would appear that the radiation is a byproduct of some sort of stellar object or an advanced technology we're not yet aware of. It doesn't read up on our computer database.
Do you know if it's coming from the planet or from an orbit?
From the planet, sir.
All right, Ensign West, get us in a little bit closer to see if we can find out a little bit more information. Fly like a freighter.
Aye, sir. And you move closer into the system. And you enter orbit around the 4th planet.
Fancy view screen. Nice. Any other ships in the system, number 1?
No contacts at this time.
All right. What else can you tell me about this signature now that we're... This energy radiation.
Give me reason plus science, assisted by the ship's computers plus science. Sensors plus science, difficulty 2. Difficulty is 2.
It's to differentiate the two of them. It's my benefit.
That's right.
Yep. Well, let's swing for the fence. I'm gonna fire the value. Knowledge preserves us from the ignorant.
All right.
And I'll give you a threat. Sorry, 2 threat because I have to buy 1 die.
Yep. Two momentum gained. Ship assist.
assisting?
Yes, sensors science. Another momentum.
Captain, sensors show, now that we're so close, we're able to pinpoint a possible location within, I'd say, about 85% so accuracy for the source of the radiation. It seems to be some sort of small mining colony in the northern hemisphere of the planet. Sensor readings classify this as a Class L planet.
Why so much EM radiation from a mining colony?
One would suppose some sort of advanced tech. It wouldn't be the technology of the mine itself thing that would be added later, or some sort of strange stellar phenomena that impacted the planet. Although I think the advanced tech theory is more likely.
I think we're going to have to go down there and take a closer look. What do you think?
Stand by, sir. I'm just checking over my readings here.
Sir, I would point out that we stand on the brink of possibly being ambushed at any moment here. Might it be better to send down somebody other than the captain?
I'll take that under advisement, Lieutenant Rayburn. I was hoping to avoid having to send anyone down.
The biggest thing we need to worry about, sir, checking over the tectonic systems, it does look like the system is very unstable. One would suppose that that is why, and crossing reference with intelligence, it would seem that this place was evacuated some 20 years ago due to the earthquakes that were being suffered in this area due to excess mining. So if there's any way team to go down, I would exercise extreme caution in that regard. If we were to beam, I would say we would want to stay there for not terribly long, and we wouldn't want to trust any shuttle landing in that regard as well, because we can't trust the ground for a great length of time.
Scan for life signs. And if you pick up any, see if you can detect, you can differentiate between Klingons and other species.
Or a momentum spend.
Sure. I knew we'd need those momentum.
Always.
Getting the feeling I should get rid of my bargain talent for studios or something.
It's a shame you just got that.
I know, yeah. It sensors show plant and animal life on surface. On sensors.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second. Plant and animal life, but what?
Planet animal life, no humanoids.
Any possibility that the radiation could be serving as a kind of dampening field for life sign readings?
It's possible. It did prevent me from making scans once we entered the system. Long range, at extreme ranges, you would see the energy signature, not much else. And as far as intelligence is concerned, this system is of no tactical value. It's just the resources here aren't worth the trouble. At best, they might have a ship come out here to make sure there's no pirates, but that's about it. So whether this was by design or a byproduct of the tech, and I presume byproduct, because if it wanted to dampen, there's more effective and more efficient ways to do it.
But you're saying this advanced tech is unusual for the kind of installation supposedly looking at.
Yes, it is very unusual. It doesn't match up with our knowledge of Klingon energy signatures or technology, or what little we know of Raman technology.
Well, number one, do you think it's worth going down to take a closer look-see?
My curiosity says yes, sir. Same token, I am worried that we don't have the prisoner intact, and we were warned that this person may be floated to Kronos, unless this is some sort of storage facility, but I can't say to that.
Right. All right, number one, assemble a team. I'll remain here. Mr. Trey and I will see if we can find any signs of warp signatures in the system. Definitely take a security contingent. Get in, look around, and get the hell out. Keep an open comm signal with us.
Aye, sir.
Yep. Snoop and scoot, number one.
Mr. Rayburn with me, and bring along one of your your best low atmosphere officer with you.
Yes, sir.
Commander Wolfgang to Dr. Brennan.
He might still be walking about. We did.
He may still be stretching his legs.
While we're waiting for him, I'll probably head down to the transporter room. With the Class L, just looking it over, that usually has a fairly not the greatest atmosphere in the world. Would we need full on EVA suits, or could we have like just rebreathers to kind of help the air be a little more comfortable?
You would probably be fine. It's more so that the environment is more. It goes to the extremes of cold and hot. Oxygen's kind of fine on it, so I mean, you wouldn't really need rebreathers or anything like that. It's just depending on the time of day, it could be.
The Class L has oxygen argon with a high concentration of carbon dioxide. It's basically an M-class planet that has died from carbon dioxide overload.
Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure the GM didn't have it very to the point of it dying, to the point of it being very uncomfortable for us to be down there. It's like I don't want our guys huffing and puffing, going, "Oh God," and then getting overwhelmed. And actually, now that you're back, hello. The commander has called you.
Called me or called me to the bridge?
He's chimed you. Communicated with you.
Sickbay, Rayburn here. Go ahead.
Hello, Doctor. We are looking to head down to the surface of a Class L planet, and I would request either yourself or your best field doctor to come with us.
I'll accompany you. You said Class L, so I'm going to need to pack some triox, right?
I'd advise that, Doctor. Yes. I'll send you some of the I'll send you some of the data down. Have a look at it, see if there's anything I missed. But I think that should be all we need. But I'll trust your expertise.
Transporter room or shuttle bay?
Transporting down.
I'll meet you there.
Sir, permission to take out a Type 3 phaser for the away mission?
Authorized.
It's 2 threat, right? Yeah.
It's a threat and a momentum, isn't it?
Yep.
I believe it's 1 momentum, 2 threat, because it's one of those items you can't get with personal effects, as I recall.
Yeah,
it'll cost you 1. I'm not lying.
It'll cost you 1 momentum because it is an opportunity cost.
Yeah, and take Shishran and leave Tazuva. Tazuva's better for in case we wind up in ship combat while you were gone than Shishran is.
Do we want to arm both Shishran and yourself there, Rayburn? Or do you just think 1 rifle's good?
1 rifle is probably good, just for me. Lead the team with.
Be aware that Shishran is she has Deadeye Marksman, so she's pretty damn good with a rifle.
Yep, I've got one. I've got Deadeye Marksman as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that. I was like, we're both good at shots, and I'd rather not bring more than I have to. It's like, if I knew there was Klingons down, I'd definitely bring some, but bring both. But it's like, we want to overload ourselves.
Anyone else?
All right, now you got Wartburg, Rayburn, Brennan, and Shishran. You want an engineer, maybe?
Yeah, let's bring along an engineer.
I'd say take Pass because Anders is our main
And actually, isn't Pass the transporter expert?
No, Anders is.
Oh, I think we should bring along some pattern enhancers in case we have a hard time being beamed up. Oh no, I don't want to do that because we might leave them behind and we're in enemy territory. That's a bad idea. Never mind. I'll bring down an emergency transponder, just in case we can't call right away, but we need to yell for help immediately.
Or you could do
Signal beacon.
subdermal bioprobes.
Wouldn't you get a sore throat yelling all the way from the planet's surface?
Hey, but they hear me though. Problem with subdermal bioprobe is it only helps one person.
Yeah, but I mean, the doctor could inject one into all of you.
Yeah, if it's something that helps transport people up, it costs opportunity. If it's just to monitor us, then I don't think it costs extra. Which actually being able to monitor us from the ship isn't the worst idea in the world.
Mm.
What about like the signal beacon? Something that could be covert, able to signal without being identified as Starfleet.
Yeah, we could probably get the emergency transponder to be and just modify it so it isn't screaming the Starfleet IFF. It's just a ping, so it lets the ship know that something's wrong if we activate it.
Okay.
So GM, could we have subdermal bio implants so the ship can monitor our health? Computer, why?
Yeah. Just if it's gonna cost opportunity cost for each person.
Per person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't think it's worth it.
Okay. So.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah,
I've got a rifle. We're good. So yeah, I'm a little late to the transporter room, but I walk in with my Type 3 phaser rifle, and you see something of a bit of a grin on my face as I kind of wink at the doctor.
All right, everyone. Phaser set to stun. When we go down, we're just going to go down, scan this strange high device that's on the planet as quickly as possible, and try to leave as soon as possible. Be advised, this planet does have unstable tectonics, so earthquakes could come up, so watch your feet. Any questions, suggestions before we beam down?
Sir, recommend heavy stun.
Given the Klingons, I agree.
All right. I need a transporter roll. This will be control plus engineering, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's sensors plus engineering.
Ooh, new Prax is up in the graphics. Check this out.
I've used this before.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
During the entanglement episode.
Some time ago.
Some time ago.
I don't believe him either, but you know.
Okay, so it's control engineering difficulty who what?
Difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's sensors plus engineering.
Okay.
How many dice does it take to roll a who?
Spend that momentum for third die and cautious. Transporters as a focus.
All right.
Let's see. Anders does. Difficulty 2.
All complications kills us all.
2 momentum gains so far.
And
He's going to roll a complication.
Ship's sensors.
Engineering. 4 momentum.
The ship is pretty good at engineering rolls.
And the away team beams down onto the surface of the mining colony.
Rayburn has the rifle to his shoulder, clearing the area.
Yep, Shishran's got her phaser 2 out.
We changed scenes, so you go down 1 momentum.
Down 1 momentum. Ah, no. I lost it in the darkness. There, it's gone now.
So yes, you beam down. It's a little cold, as night has kind of fallen down into the area.
No threats immediately present, sir.
Oh, great.
Scanning.
Told me we were going to be freezing my tusks off here.
I did say Class L.
I'm sure Shishrad finds it quite pleasant.
Yeah.
A nice summer day on Andoria.
Yeah, I'm gonna. What?
So go ahead. But yeah, you can kind of make the darkness several buildings and containers alike.
I'm gonna scan to see if I can figure out which direction the signal's coming from.
All right. Give me reason plus science. Difficulty 2.
I'm gonna spend one of those momentum. It's gone forever.
And there go the other 2 momentum.
Actually, I'm gonna burn one of my milestones here.
All right.
Toward knowledge preserves us from the ignorant. It's best we need to know what direction we're going before we stumble into this thing or into something dangerous.
Okay.
Okay. Marking down my milestone as lower than it was. Oh, I retract that. I would have no milestones right now because I spent it to get the advanced sickbay. I just remembered. So that's actually all true. Yeah, I'll burn 2 to save myself from the complication, but yeah, I whiff.
I'll let you succeed at cost.
Could possibly someone assist me because I can't make sense of the readings on my tricord. Like say the doctor who probably has decent science.
I'll allow the assist. However, there's going to be a complication that's going to stand here.
Oh, it's gonna be succeed at cost anyway, so never mind. That should be empty.
South, you believe that the frequency is coming south from your current location. However, you can't really make heads or tails of it. Like, for some reason, it's just
It's somewhere that way. I point. I can't narrow it down any further. Free. Well, no, I didn't succeed, so I don't get the free question.
You succeeded at cost, so you do get the free question.
Can I tell how big this is? Like how big a device would create this signal?
I've reached the bottom of the map.
It's unclear.
Is this a doorway over here?
It looks like it's grass and mud.
Okay.
As you guys are having fun with the, the map.
Don't get too far away.
Just checking the perimeter, sir. Be sure to give a Wilhelm scream if anything happens.
This is a very small world, sir. It's only about 10 feet long.
It's
I start
slightly
heading
longer than
toward the
that.
signal.
Give me another scan. Control science. Difficulty of 2 to try and narrow it down.
Could I invoke testing a theory since this is me scanning for the same thing and trying to narrow
Sure.
it down?
Yeah. So it'll be difficulty
Yeah.
1 then.
Yep. And then theory into practice, I get a free die. Because testing a theory fired. Control science. That's not terrible.
Well, 2 momentum gained.
It's like herding sheep.
Apparently so. It's in the building beside you. Picking up low levels of EM radiation.
Is there any door that we can find?
Um,
Seen one in my circuit.
you do. There is one, and it's
It's right here.
Yep.
And what type of door is it?
It's a big, large, bulkhead door.
Is there a button to open it, or?
There is.
I push the button.
Nothing happens.
I push the button again.
Nothing happens.
Lieutenant Pass, door, please.
Yes, sir. Move over, tall, dark, and stinky.
Oh, dark and yes.
Yeah, I'll see if I can figure out if there's some sort of manual control, or if I can.
Give me insight plus engineering, difficulty 2.
Ooh, it's not a good roll. Emergency repairs, maybe?
No.
Okay, so I'll give you a threat for bold and a 3rd die. Insight engineering is not one of her best traits at all, but I do get to reroll 1. Nope, no whammies though.
So yes, you do find a manual override, but it seems to be rusted.
The door is rusted shut.
Do I have any kind of lubricant in the engineering kit?
They even carry lubricant? That's the thing.
Or
That's a rather personal question.
No,
Or-
I like in terms for like oil
Don't worry,
and
sir.
stuff like
I
that.
always keep lubricant nearby.
I bet you do.
Oh, this game went in the gutter quick.
You started it.
It's the only way I
What?
can pull a brush through that beard.
Yes, it keeps my beard sliding beautifully.
Sure. We'll say there is some.
I mean, or something, some
something
magic
to.
anti-rust
Should I just
vibrational.
use my
thing.
phaser to like shoot like laser off the rust? Because they actually do use lasers to burn rust off in real
It's
life.
true.
True.
I've got it, Mr. Compensating for something. I've got it, says Paz.
Mind yourself, Lieutenant Junior. And maintain your lieutenancy.
Yes, sir.
So yes, give me control plus engineering.
Okay, now we're
Difficulty
talking.
1.
Emergency repairs.
Yeah, this would apply.
Wow.
Oh,
Because
Does he
you
have-
how to use the lube.
Does he happen to have a value to save that?
Yeah, I can give her one actually, since this is an activation she's rolled. Let's see.
The commander permits no failure. No.
So she'll spend a determination on her value. Get out of my way and let me work. To reroll
all right.
because she has a Tellarite. There we go.
Get a momentum. You managed to use one of the tools in the engineering kit to remove the rust and return the manual release to functioning order.
All right, let's see if I can't open the door then. Although you know they carry WD-40.
And I'll put my rifle
And
to my
duct
shoulder
tape.
Duct tape. Yeah.
as the door opens.
And Shashran will stand at one side with the phaser 2 ready.
All right, the door opens.
Birthday party. No, just kidding.
We got sucked in.
You enter the room. It's kind of have a bit of a smell to it. Kind of a foul odor. Seems to have be abandoned, like no one's been here in decades.
Ah, God, I thought humans smelled bad.
I heard that. I'm gonna try to scan to see what that smell is.
All right.
Hey, that could be
reason,
lethal.
reason plus science difficulty of 1.
There's some sort of fish or something here.
Looks like a
Uh,
white stain of some sort.
Chemistry focus.
Sure.
Difficulty you said was
Difficulty is 1.
1. Yeah, I'll just take it. I'll throw a momentum at it. Might get lucky. Might generate some. And that's gone forever. Boop.
Oh.
You found it.
All right, 3 momentum gained.
God, these people are moving around so much.
Yeah, you need to stop.
The power lag.
Yeah. Roll20 is not famous when you start using dynamic lighting.
At least it's a small map.
Yeah.
The smell is like it's nothing hazardous. It's actually this used to be some sort of tool shop of some sorts. And the smell is just from the chemicals they used to use to clean the equipment. Most of it's just the sort of decay that you're smelling of those chemicals.
Well, the smell won't kill us at least. Now, where the heck is that device? I'm gonna start scanning for the for where the signal's coming from. I'm presuming it's coming from under us now, or somewhere in this room.
Give me a reason, or no, let's go control engineer or control science. Difficulty 2.
Fitness no, daring engineering, no. Sorry. Testing a theory into practice.
Yep, so diff 1.
Ooh, well, that's being bought off. Let's put this where I can see it. Haha. No. Haha. Well, delete pause.
The signal is
Something in the far left corner there. Does there seem to be a door or anything like that in that section of the wall?
There does appear to be a door, and there seems to be a little control panel next to it.
Door.
Maybe I should scan it before we start messing with things, just in case.
Would be advisable. Besides, you might find some rust. Or try cobalt explosives. Wipe us all out.
So yeah, possible scan the mechanism, the pad.
So this, curious as though, does seem to have power. The control panel does. It is faint. It's sort of operating on a low power mode.
Mhm.
The pad appears to be key locked, and the door itself does not have a manual release.
Like a physical key lock, or like
No,
a,
like it's locked. Like it's magnetic. It's shields. It's will not open because it's magnetically
Right.
locked. There is no manual release to open the
Okay.
doors.
Well, Commander, it looks like it's getting power, but it's locked. We're gonna have to try and hack it if we want in.
All right. Rayburn Strand covered the door. Pass. Get us in there.
Aye, sir. Yes, she will try and disable or unlock the door.
Daring plus engineering, difficulty 2.
Change her. She is there.
Rayburn goes behind his bench here and goes to like one knee in a firing position.
I'll give you a threat for bold. I don't think I have any. Unless reverse engineering would help.
Ooh.
No, because you're not really trying to reverse engineer a door lock.
Okay, so I don't have a focus. So 3 dice. You said difficulty 2.
Yes, difficulty 2.
Okay. Huh, just got it.
You hear a little hiss. Yeah, we'll use that. And the door unlocks.
So Shran will creep up and take a look.
It appears that as Strand goes through it, it's a set of stairs going down.
Stairs going down to another level, Commander.
Perhaps we should go down, clear it before we send anyone else down.
Very good.
I'll take point.
All right. As you go down the stairs, door slides open, and there you see a transporter room of some sort.
Immediately go in, scan the area, looking for any kind of threats.
You don't see any threats.
Clear, I call out.
Ploss will get down. When she gets down, she'll see if the last beam out coordinates are still in the controls.
Insight plus engineering difficulty 2.
Oh, God. Her insight is so terrible. Difficulty 2. Give you a threat for bold, and honestly, get this. I'm going to 2 momentum for a 4th die. Have any?
You get it.
I got a momentum back.
Yeah, get the momentum back. In the transport room, you go through the console. The console is like you're having trouble reading the language. You get gist of it though, because most transporter functions are the same. It's hard to say. It's in some language that Poss probably has never seen. But you do believe that there's coordinates that are somewhere nearby.
Commander, I think I've got coordinates here. Doesn't look like it's too far away, but I can't make heads or tails of this chicken scratch.
All right, Poss. Get a good scan of it with your tricorder, and we'll be ready to upload it up to the ship. I'm going to contact them. See if our good linguist can decipher what we're looking at.
Poss will do so.
Commander Wolfgang to Argo.
Haggard here. Go ahead, number 1.
Team has discovered some sort of transporter room with alien language. We don't know what it is. We're ready to upload, and perhaps Mira might make head or tails of it. Also of note, the transporter seems to have a set of coordinates in it that would appear to be nearby, but we're not sure exactly where it's going. We'll send those coordinates up as well. Maybe you can give us an idea where it's putting us.
All right. We're standing by.
Go ahead, Poss. Send it up.
Aye, sir. Poss will do so.
You trans the language. I won't do the gut. Mira comes back. Captain, the language appears to be some strange dialect but it's most similar to Romulan.
Do you make anything of it?
It's just preliminary interface design, at least transporter functions.
And where are the coordinates that were entered in?
Fairly deep into the planet. Maybe a kilometer down from their location.
Commander, it looks like wherever they were beaming to is about a kilometer down from where you are, under the planet's surface.
Sir, is the ship able to get any kind of readings that deep?
Mr. Chitre?
Negative, sir. There's too much interference due to the planet's unstability.
No can do, Mr. Rayburn.
What was that? My headset cut out.
No can do, Mr. Rayburn. Too much interference from the planet's tectonic instability.
So we'll be going in blind.
All right.
Captain, it is possible that we could lose contact with the away team if they beam to those coordinates.
You heard that, number 1. If you go down there, you may be on your own. We'll come after you if we don't hear from you in a bit, but you may well be out of contact that deep.
Sir, I recommend security and engineer go first, clear the area before we send the rest of the away team.
I'm going to go down with Shishran, and if I give you signal that we're good to take everyone else, I'll signal. If you don't hear anything, you're to return to the ship.
Sir, I'd recommend that I lead the mission down, sir. You're far more valuable in command.
Those are my orders, Lieutenant, although your concern is appreciated. My duty is to protect the away team, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going by myself. I'll be taking security with me, as per protocol. Worst to worst, you need to be able to get the people back, and we can't lose our chief of security right now.
Then I will hand her my phaser rifle, or you.
It should go to her. I know how to shoot. I'm not that good a shot.
She'll holster
Somebody.
her phaser too. Check the settings of the phaser rifle and nod at Rayburn.
Dr. Brennan, could I request a injection of Triox for myself and Shishran in case what we're beaming into isn't exactly full of fresh air?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Sir, might you want to take an engineer along just in case their transporter needs to be fixed on the other side to get back?
If need be, if we can make secure contact, I should be able to walk through the repair with Pass's help. But if we can't secure the location or verify it's safe to even go where we're going, this may be a one-way trip, and I have to prioritize minimal losses if that's the case.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He'll step onto the pad and take out his phaser finally and adjust it. Try to cut her out.
Shishran will step up there with him, phaser rifle at the ready. Sir, may I suggest kneeling and back to back?
Very good. And he gets ready.
Yep.
With a somewhat comfortable, like he's done that a few times.
Right.
All right, Paz. Hopefully you can make sense of that. I'd rather I get there all in one piece, please.
Well, and here I was just going to start pressing buttons at random, but all right. And she will beam them to the last coordinates in the...
Okay. Control engineering difficulty 3.
Okay, so yeah, definitely a bold for 3 dice, and I'll give you those momentum for 4. You don't want them ending up in the middle of the rocks. I don't think I have a focus that applies, so here goes.
Get a momentum back.
Nice.
Oh, where's it at? I know I have it. Don't tell me I didn't add it to this game.
For shame.
Yep. Oh well.
I'll never forgive you for not having that sound effect.
I have a Romulan sound effect somewhere, but it's okay.
And I looked at the doc. So if they die, does that mean I become first officer?
Engineer says, Paz says, probably. I'm pretty sure Chatre becomes captain as often as he's warm in that seat.
Oh boy. All right. Shastran, Wolfgang, you beam. Very different from the area you were at before. The air smells kind of fresh and clean.
Shishran, you all right?
Fine, Commander. And she's kind of taking point.
I'll flip open my communicator. Wartburg to away team. Wartburg to away team.
Silence.
Oh, that's just great.
By the way, this is the next scene, so down 1 momentum.
No, it's mine. Can't have it.
Well, that's gone forever.
Into the void it goes.
Something tells me the GM can see in the darkness.
I can't.
Yeah, I figured.
Maybe we can find some sort of more powerful communication array here with the surface, Commander.
Problem is, if they follow my orders, they'll beam right back up to the ship. But that's their problem, not ours, unfortunately. So I'll have to take your suggestion. Just stand by. I'm going to get a quick scan, see if there's anything ahead of us.
Aye, sir.
Reason plus science. Difficulty 1.
She's gonna kind of kneel there by the corner, so she's in sort of light cover, just in case. With her rifle pointing down the hall.
You are not detecting any life forms or activity.
Free question: do I any significant energy signatures
No.
beyond the transporter pad I'm on, anyway? No.
Nope.
I'm detecting nothing. Well, us, obviously, but nothing of importance. So either there's nothing here, or our sensors being, or my tricard's being dampened.
Well, only one way to find out for sure, sir.
All right. Clear ahead. I'll fall behind.
Yes, sir. It's widening out ahead, sir.
All right, go ahead. I'll stay back.
Looks like an intersection, sir. 4 passageways.
Do I see any sort of directory on the walls or any consoles?
No. Oddly enough, from what you can tell, they're kind of very clean. There's no clear identifications.
From the architecture and some of the metal, could I guess at a cultural equivalent? Does it look more humanish, more Romulanish, or does it look completely alien to any encountered culture?
It's more closer to Romulish in design.
Oh, this isn't comforting at all. This looks like a Romulan facility.
Well, that's what Mira said the writing on the transporter was, sir, and the communications she intercepted.
All right,
So, which way?
that way.
Aye, sir. Looks like we have maybe a T intersection, sir. They're things. But no stuff.
What are these objects we're looking at?
Give me insight plus engineering or science.
I'll take science.
Difficulty 1. They appear to be
Not an insightful bunch.
Yeah. So, essentially, seems to be more of like maybe storage of some sort. You do see imprintations of areas where there may have been more containers.
From my scans, can I tell what's in the containers?
They are currently empty.
Since tricorder shows empty containers, storage devices. Looks like there were several in this room.
Where to next, sir?
Straight on. And once we hit the intersection, turn right.
Hi, sir.
Well, plus that we're getting fresh air.
Looks like some sort of control room up ahead. Or at least some panels.
I'll start scanning the panels, see if I can figure it to confirm they're actually control panels.
So Strand will check the perimeter of the room. Looks clear, sir.
You scan the control panels. They do appear to be offline. Hard to say what they're used for, but it looks like an operations room of some sort.
Well, without spare battery packs, we're not going to be able to figure out what any of these consoles do. We'll have to check out the last passageway. We're lucky there's some sort of power system in there.
Sir, the lock upstairs was powered, Pa said, so maybe there is power here and these are just turned off. Not that I can read Romulan, even if we get them on.
I'll try tapping one of the buttons to check if it's like in a standby mode or something like that.
It is currently offline.
Tap in different places for a second. Yeah. This is where we store our landmines. Why would you store them this way? Well, I can't
Back
be that
out
picky.
into the right again?
How'd you guess? It's like you're reading my mind.
It's the antennae, sir.
You aren't psionic. Stop fooling with me. Well, I will admit, as a kid, I used to think that's exactly how that worked. That's how you sense the thoughts.
No, sir. Unfortunately, it tends to be how people can sense our thoughts. Very hard to control the posture, she's saying as she's checking out the posture of of your antennas. So you can always tell, a lot of the time anyway, when we're mad or confused or puzzled or sleepy. Right now her antennae, by the way, are kind of wide apart and forward, like they're trying to strain to peek ahead or find out what's in front of her.
By layout, I'm guessing this is some sort of like a mess hall or eating room.
Yeah. There's actually even like little, food replicator. Well, not replicator, but
Dispenser.
Dispenser. Yeah.
Resequencer.
Yeah.
Sir, the only controls I saw down here were that ops center. Unless maybe there's a concealed passageway or something we missed.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Get behind me, sir.
I'm gonna start scanning because that sounded like someone transported in here.
Reason Science, difficulty 1.
Have a threat for an extra die.
All right.
I'm just gonna have to eat that. All I can do about it.
You do get a momentum. Scans indicate 5 Romulan individuals beamed just down the corridor.
I gesture to Strand and hold up the number 5. Hold up 5 fingers, and then I point.
She nods, crouches down, and aims her rifle around the corner so she has a little bit of cover.
Wolfgang will follow suit. Actually, sorry, I correct myself. Wolfgang will actually activate his transponder, hoping it will cut through whatever's dampening us. And then he'll look down the corner with his phaser out.
Federation individuals. This is Ramos Centurion Hamlar. Come out with your hands up. There is no escape.
I start charging my phaser to area, and I kind of do it open to Shran so she can see what I'm doing.
She'll do the same.
This is your final warning.
I'm gonna check the tricorder to see if they happen to be like in this intersection.
For momentum.
Sure. Can I get that as a free question to science officer?
Oh, well, yes. They do appear to be in that intersection.
I open fire.
And okay. I was about to say, yeah, I'm just going to wait my turn now, though. Since we both charge.
You open fire. Fortunately, you can't really see them.
I'll see if the phaser hits somebody.
He did charge it for area.
Part of it is to hit somebody. Part of it is to light up the hallway so I can see them.
Okay. Give me a control security difficulty 4.
I'm gonna spend 1 momentum for a die, and I'm gonna buy the rest of the dice with threat.
Yes, here we go. It's an Argo game now. Nice.
All right, roll your type 2.
Could I possibly give you a threat to reroll those fails?
I guess. But I'm sitting at 21 threat, by the way. With that.
Well, you got the effects for area anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops. Oh no.
You all right?
Yep, I clicked on the wrong thing. I almost opened a different voice channel. That would have been. So do I see anybody light up and scream in pain?
You see it, the area light up, and then I have a little token here. Hopefully you can see it. See that, and then hear people. They're not surrendering, sir.
They're observant.
If Shran will go, she'll take a minor to aim.
Well, that's
fire.
their go at this point.
That's what I figured. But
yeah.
They're not surrendering, sir.
Fortunately, I just painted myself as a target, so.
Spending 6 threat.
Of course you are.
But he does have 21, so we're pretty much kibble at this point. And there's a hungry puppy.
Ooh. That's bad.
Ooh.
How many challenge dice is this? Ooh, I gotta spend more threat for that.
Do I benefit
Ouch.
from cover?
I'm gonna tell you here in just 1 second, because unfortunately not. As you return fire, you see a small explosive roll right there between you and Shran, and it goes off. Both you and Shran take 6 stress damage.
Have 2 threat to avoid the injury.
All right. What about Shran? Does she go down?
Please don't.
No. Figure out. Sorry. Keep the determination. So yeah.
If
I'll
if you give me threat, you avoid the injury. If you spend the determination, you keep the injury. All right.
Right. Now I'm going to spend the threat and
All right.
avoid the injury. 5 stress. 6 stress.
All right. It turn passes to you.
Okay. So Shran will take a minor to aim. I don't know if the scope on the phaser rifle does anything really.
So it gives you the accurate benefit.
Yeah, but also you get Deadeye Marksman. So if I take the action to aim, that'll reduce the difficulty by 1.
So difficulty 3. The penalty
Okay.
is because it's dark for difficulty
Right,
increase,
yeah.
and it's long range.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Fair enough. And I did charge for area earlier, so I'm going to spend my determination on I only need 1 shot.
of course. All right.
Then let's see, that's already done. Then give you. No, I think I'm just going to roll it straight since I've already got 2 without giving you any more threat.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to re-roll, which I will immediately do.
And pause is a terrible shot.
Nope. I never can keep up to remember to switch the names.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I?
Okay.
That was legit.
You hit. So roll damage.
All right.
No momentum gain.
Laser type 3. I clicked it, I swear to God.
Your phaser shot. You hear a sound of
I didn't get an effect to get the area though. That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't have any way to re-roll those.
and you hear a thud.
Possible threat to reroll those fails.
Sure.
Okay.
Here's hoping for effects.
In it out.
It's
4.
like 1 out of like 6. Uh-oh.
There's some effects.
All right, and you get another one.
Three more to go, sir.
Yeah, I'm spending some threat.
And there's the transporter sounding. Yep.
this one guy. Extra minor. Tokens. I believe the one guy gets to go. Minor move up. I'll make him aim. Spend a threat.
He has to spend threat for extra movement. You have so little of those. Why did I bring all the security? Oh well. Oh, that's right. I didn't want to get everyone killed. I just want to get myself and my inch strength killed.
Right.
Rolling 4 dice. Spending 3 threat. Hey, I'm spending a lot of threat here. So
You're welcome.
Hey, well, at least we're getting him down with threat. That'll help in the ship combat.
you see a disruptor bolt fly past you, Shran. And then we're back at the top because those guys can't really activate until next round.
Just trying. You go ahead. I'm not going to direct. That's not a good use of our phasers.
Okay.
Oh wait, you spent your determination of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll actually direct you to shoot down the hallway to help you out.
Okay. So yes, I will. Minor to aim and should reduce difficulty, so still 3.
Yes.
Okay. I'll give you a threat for 3rd. Maybe we can build up some. Oof. I did get to reroll 1.
I'm of all the help.
Oh.
There we go.
Well, you get 1 momentum. There's a complication.
Is the complication that Commander Wartburg exposed himself when he was trying to give me advice on what to do?
I mean, I'd take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Phaser type 3. I'll
Okay. Total 5.
yeah.
Unfortunately, the one that was the closest, there's only 1 there.
Well, yeah, I wasn't charging for
Yeah.
area. I used the minor to aim. Does he go down?
Yeah, he
Or
goes
do I
down.
need to- Okay.
He goes down.
And for my movement, I'll duck back behind the corner.
You did minor aim. So
Yeah, so it'll eat a momentum.
it'll eat a momentum.
Nah, I'll just stay in partial cover then. I forgot that movement counts as a minor. It's playing a different season, different system last weekend.
Mm-hmm. Goes back to them, sadly.
Where's the ground combat?
It's in the combat chapter.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, but there are
Thanks,
2 places
Captain.
he has to check though. There's the
Yeah.
there's the
I just want to make sure. I was
front of the
going
book combat, and then there's the back of the book combat because we say different things.
All right. So this one guy, he's going to throw a threat at this. Maybe I'll get some threat at it. Yay. So you hear a little bit of running down the hall. I take that. And then I'm going to end the threat that I gained on a swift task.
I think this may be all she wrote for Brandon Wartburg.
So is the EXO hiring process a difficult one, or?
No, it's just a matter of seniority. You'd probably be.
Yeah, let's see. So when you get back to the boat, probably Chitre will be XO, probably be second officer.
So going to aim with this. Oh god. Luckily I can re-roll those two.
Ah.
Huzzah.
He has a rifle. Oh no.
Yep. So sorry, Wolfgate, you're exposed.
Yep.
Shots coming at you.
Coming at you. Sorry.
Commander, you're exposed. Ooh,
That's
vicious.
9 stress coming at you. They go past your stress.
Actually, a relevant question. How much damage again?
9 plus the 6 earlier.
It went past.
Okay. You have a non-lethal and a lethal injury on you.
Okay.
Shishran already went, right?
Yeah,
No,
that
I
was
did.
the direct.
That was the direct,
So-
so it's Shishran, your go.
Okay. Got our momentum. So duck back as a minor. Spend the momentum for to set my phaser 2 to overload and toss it down the corridor.
Okay. Control, how far?
About where did the running stop?
In the hallway.
Like middle kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. That seems like a good place to start.
Okay.
Uh,
Difficulty 2.
Control security or daring security?
Control security difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2. Tell you what, I'll give you a threat for a third die. Shishran!
2 momentum gained. Just roll the type 2 phaser damage. Because you're set to overload, which means it'll be vicious.
And I'll spend one of those momentum to reroll
Don't
the
bother.
3. Okay.
Don't bother. He goes down. You're a loud explosion. Ah! And we're gonna cut back to the Argo. Here in a second. Captain, you haven't really heard much from the away team. As you look, what are my background noises? They disappeared.
Is this a new scene?
No, same scene.
Ensign Mira, see if you can't get in touch with the away team. Mr. Chitre, keep our eyes peeled.
On the view screen,
Nice. Yes.
2 Romulan birds of prey decloak. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Hell yes. Old school Robin the Birds of Prey. Well, I mean, I'm sure they're upgraded, but still.